find it fascinating that everyone who's not on the right side of the Israeli political spectrum keeps talking about how the top priority for this war should be the release of Israel's hostages. And there are probably about 50 hostages who are alive. And so are you going to gamble the security of the state of Israel for the sake of 50 hostages? It's just seems obvious to me as a concerned Zionist that your number one priority should be the safety and the security of the United States of Israel, not the safety and security of 50 or 60 individuals. And so it doesn't make sense to me that everyone who's not on the right side of the Israeli political spectrum, and pretty much everyone who speaks on this issue in the mainstream news media, says the top priority for Israel should be the release of its hostages. I would think that the top priority for Israel would be its overall interests, its overall security, its overall standing vis-a-vis its enemies. We got into this situation because Israel under Bibi Netanyahu released way over 1,000 Hamas terrorists to get back one lousy soldier, Gilad Shalit, a lousy soldier, a terrible, terrible deal. I hope Israel never does anything so stupid again, incredibly self-destructive. All right, hundreds of Israelis then died in the October 7 attack that was masterminded by Sinwar, who was released as part of the Gilad Shalit deal. It strikes me as just so evidently short-sighted to make the country's number one priority the release of its hostages, just as the United States, when Iran took Americans hostage in 1979, it struck me that should not be the number one priority for the President of the United States. Number one priority should be overall security and thriving of the nation state.
Thousands of fighters still in Gaza, able to grow and re-equip and rearm themselves and conduct another attack. He's not going to go along with a deal like that, and that's really the issue. He certainly wants those hostages out. He's committed to getting them out, but they've got to be on realistic terms, and that's not what we have here. The administration keeps hyping the fact that there's a ceasefire coming and then the hostage is going to be released, and this happens every few weeks. We're close to a deal, and none of that has ever really been true, because Sinwar has always held the same position, which is a maximalist position: withdraw from Gaza. That's it. And that's not the case, and those conditions are not realistic for Prime Minister Netanyahu or the Israeli people.